Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome back to Unabridged. So far the volcano has the most votes. I was really hoping that nobody would want to see that, but whatever, I'll figure something out. We've got plenty of stuff to do in the meantime. I'm about ready to start making some ME components. And I've got a chest full of silicon already. Nonsanity was nice enough to give me some compressed cobblestone to filter through the sag mill over there. But I figure, we're going to need to make our own cobblegen anyway. I really want to make a cobbleworks, but I don't want to do it until we are, at our final base. But I figured in the meantime, we can make some silicon, and I think we'll do it right here in this wall. And I think I'll put the AE2 stuff, like the crystal growth chamber and the advanced inscribers here in this wall, since I've got power right there. And then we'll put the other stuff right here. So hopefully it'll work out like I think. Let me get some redstone. And we'll do a couple of things. I've already made an igneous extruder. I need to make the crafter, and I think I already have the machine frame. That's what I needed the redstone for. I think I need 6. And I'm probably going to need 2 more crafting tables. I want to make the top tier crafter so I can just do it all at once. And I forgot to point this out before. Brink was making fun of me for using barrels, so I upgraded all of these to caches, which was probably a good idea anyway, since I've got way more than a barrel will hold. I know you can upgrade barrels, which is what I probably should have done, but at least you can see this with Wayla. So I'm used to just looking up there and seeing what I've got, but it's not a huge deal. So let's make some inventory space. Let's put our igneous extruder right here. That does not require power. Let's put our crafter here. It does require power. I think we can do all of our compressed cobble in here. What I want to do is make a couple of augments for the igneous extruder. These 3. And of course I don't have any cobblestone on me. Here we are. I think I only need 2 of them just for that first tier augment. Oh, smooth stone in that one, isn't it? And I think the other one might be obsidian, which I'll have to run to the back to get. I set up a couple of barrels. Yeah, it is. I set up a couple of barrels for things that I have a ton of, like the Certus I was getting a lot of, the obsidian, the Teslatite stuff, which I don't really have any reason to use as much of it as I have, so I figure I'd just put it in a barrel. So these augments, if we look at this, the level 2 gives us up to 32 cobblestone per operation. Level 3 gives us up to 64. This is a resonant machine. I made all of my thermal expansion machines resonant right off the bat. In the pulverizer, I put a couple of these. I've got to get some blizz powder to make the 3rd one. And that's really the only thing I've done. I haven't put anything in any of the other ones. But since that's done, we can go ahead and do this. I'm getting ready to make some deep storage units and stuff, so I've got a smeltery full of Enderium. I just need to throw some more ender pearls in there. We'll use it. So I've got a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. So let's start this thing off. And it looks like it's probably automatically exporting over here, which is fine. What does that do? 64 per operation, which it's not a second. It's every couple seconds. Fast enough for me. So that's only part of it. The other part, I want to run a couple of pulverizers in a line. And let's configure these in on the left, out on the right. Like that. And then the sand will turn into silicon. So this is kind of a mini cobbleworks. We do need to make some recipes here. And I think I need to click, there we go, click one of these. And I want it internal. I think I have to make a little space for that to work. So I'm hoping that this guy, oops, splits its output between the two. I'm going to have to probably eject this into a trash can in the back because I don't really care about it. But we'll go ahead and set up more of these recipes. And I'll just make them all internal just so, I don't know if I'll take this all the way up to octuple. Maybe. I'm not familiar with this slot. I don't know what that does. It looks like a filter, but I don't really know. Oh, look, there's a manual about that. Okay, we're not going to go through that right now. So we've already got some triple compressed. I'll go ahead and set up the recipe for quadruple. And we'll stop there. We've got plenty of diamonds. Normally, I like to just make octuple just because, you know, all it takes is some time. But it looks like our pulverizer is getting stuff, and this is getting stuff. Maybe like it's alternating or something. I don't know. Either way, so I did make a precision sawmill to make cardboard boxes to move spawners, which is super OP in my opinion. I did it with a couple of diamond dollies because I was like, well, you know, that's the fair way to do it. But I did move a blaze spawner with a cardboard box. So what I want to do is I actually need to get a bunch of glowstone and redstone. And I figure what I'll do is I'll make a grinder and a couple of deep storage units and just kill some witches. So I'm going to have to do some gathering and crafting. So let me make this thing and then we'll set up a little area. We should be able to make at least 2 deep storage units. Yeah, we need a reinforced strongbox, which is the 3rd tier, I guess, right? Let's see, that's 1. Yeah, 3rd tier. 4 of those, a resonant frame. I just made a couple stacks of electrum as well. And I got to find some plastic around here. Somebody harvested my rubber trees and they replanted, but I didn't get the rubber from it. So I've got a couple of sheets. Looks like I do have some rubber bars. Just throw those in my redstone furnace. So let me do a couple of crafting things, and then we'll get to this. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I think I've got everything. Did have to make some more item conduit. I ran out of that. But I'll go ahead and make 2 deep storage units, and I've already made a trash can because we're going to need that as well. So the question is where to put this. And a little update. I don't know how long I was over there crafting, but we've already got a couple stacks of silicon and 1 quadruple compressed cobblestone. Not bad. And I'm not sure how to tell how much energy this machine is using. These guys only use 40 a tick. And this one doesn't even run all the time. This one doesn't take power, so that's not a huge deal. I guess we could do some subtraction if my game doesn't freeze up right now. Alright guys, so let's take a look at this. I actually did crash and I'm coming back. We're using 260 or 270 output. I think that's from the bottom, and I think my whole my only attachment to this thing is on the bottom. So that's running these guys, and it's also running this guy and then these pulverizers. And I would do this the fast mode, but it doesn't really have enough to do, so we're not going to worry about that. All right, anyhow, so what I've been doing is I've been coming down here. I have a little 3x3 of cursed earth, and I didn't know this, but if you watering can it, it'll make mobs spawn on it faster. So I've been doing this, coming up here, and then going down that little, the little drop right here. And then I've been using them to level up my scythe, which is fortune, and, you know, it's got a pretty okay damage right now. So I've been doing that, and I need to just set up a place to just grind some witches. That's it. So we can either do it with a tesseract, which I would have to make. Ooh, I wanted to keep that glowstone and redstone. We could do it with a tesseract, or we could just run cable somewhere. We could just run it, I mean, below the floor here, since it's not something I'm gonna need to babysit. It's just gonna run. So let me grab one of each of those again. Let's get some power cable. Might have enough. And how about we just do it over here? I've got power right here, so we'll just make a little little chamber, I guess. It doesn't need to be that big. See, so the grinder will do 5x5. Let's go ahead and put that down, and then we'll figure out the rest of it. So if we put this here, can knock out one more. And I still have a hole there from when I was doing my my agri-crafting down here. So we can knock that out. And that. It really doesn't matter what the floor is, but I'll go ahead and make it all uniform just because. Alright, so what I think we can probably do is run our power cable here, connect it right there. Yep, good to go. We'll run our item conduit up the same. I don't have a jetpack on right now. Let's fix that. It's probably up in the charger. I'll just make some stairs and fill it in a minute. Alright, so we've got our conduit, which has disappeared for the moment, as I've heard it does. So what do you say we run this up one more? And I'm trying to determine where we should put. Should we put them there? I don't really like knocking that wall out. Why don't we just put them... We'll put them behind the thermal expansion machines. How about that? So we'll just run it like this. And we'll put down our deep storage units first. And then we'll put our trash can last. We need to make sure those are all input. And we need to make our conduit here extract. And we'll plug the hole in the floor. And I'm going to put the spawner probably right here. I'll put a piece of cursed earth down and put the spawner right on top of it. So hopefully... I'm going to need to make sure this is filled in so witches can't spawn back here, but I don't think there's really enough room for them to spawn anywhere. So it shouldn't be a problem. So I'm only going to save the gold and the glowstone. Everything else will get trashed. They might drop some of those treasure bags or whatever, but I'm not really worried about that. So when we set up a proper mob farm a little later on, we will consider that. So let me go grab one of those spawners and a piece of cursed earth. And then we'll, I should make some dark glass to cover it. I don't think I'll have time this episode. What am I coming over here for? One of these. And a cursed earth. And I have not activated my division sigil yet, but I need to do that pretty quick. Alright, so that is pretty dark. We could probably put in like one glass just so we can see what's happening. And we've already got witches, which is why I had the stone in my hand already. But she got me anyway. So let's put a hardened glass right here for now. Looks like it's all red X's down there, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I'm trying to reach the grinder, but I can't. That's kind of a problem. Conduits in the way. I totally forgot about the mob essence situation, so I'm going to have to run fluid pipe and put a barrel on the thing too. So that's doing us no good at all. And I fell in. Normally I fall in these things at least twice. Let's cover that one up, and let's see, where's our center of it? Right there. Yeah. Alright, so 0 glowstone and redstone yet, but after a while, this thing should kick in, and we should get a fair amount of it over time. I put the trash can on there just for the miscellaneous things like potions and witches' hands and stuff like that. So I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. We're going to have plenty of silicon next time, so I could start making some processors and stuff like that. Looks like we've already got almost 6 stacks of it. And then we should be on our way to whatever we need to do with the compressed cobblestone as well. Wonder if I can put this on my head. Can. What do you think? Does it look good with the pink armor? It looks more like a leprechaun hat than a witch hat. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, yada, 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 please leave them down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.